I was a fair-minded juror who left this trial questioning the integrity of the system long before the defense filed a motion to dismiss with allegations of jury tampering. It is the Reed case itself, and the fact that it is still being brought, that has left many in Massachusetts wary, distrustful, and scared of our system. As a lawyer, this reality saddens me even more, because I remember how much faith I had in our system as an optimistic law student. Mr. Brennan made an impassioned argument today regarding his alleged concern that some might be questioning the fabric of our entire judicial system. If he truly would like to address that problem, I have a few suggestions. Perhaps the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office should be more focused on remedying the systemic issues plaguing it and affiliated police departments, rather than continuing to spend millions of taxpayer dollars prosecuting a case with so many evidentiary issues. It calls into question whether they are even following their ethical obligations as a prosecutor. The Commonwealth has a duty to protect the rights of defendants, and I, for one, would love to see them do that. For George, the fulcrum trial moment was when Massachusetts State Police Trooper Michael Proctor, the lead investigator on Reed's case, read aloud the text messages he had sent friends and supervisors only 16 hours into the investigation. There will be serious charges brought on the girl. She's a whack job cunt. Zero chance she skates. She's fucked. When someone on the text chain surmised that the homeowner on whose property O'Keefe was found would surely receive some shit as well, Proctor responded. Nope. The homeowner's a Boston cop too. Knowing he was the lead investigator, says George, and based on his own words, he had a pretty strong personal bias against the person in the defendant's chair. How do you ever trust the evidence coming from his investigation? On the day of closing arguments, a juror who appeared sympathetic to the defense was dismissed. As revealed in court earlier this month, the dismissal was prompted by Massachusetts State Police Officer John Fanning.
Because he was at least within the orbit of commanding, according to Ms. McLaughlin, commanding the extensive security services over this case, and he ends up, just ironically, who knew? He ends up being the source of the information that got that juror removed. We were never allowed the opportunity to find out exactly what his role was because the court didn't take evidence, refused our request at the time, in good faith. Both Mr. Unetti and I asked the court to take evidence from Lieutenant Fanning. He certainly never, ever should have had any access, even in the orbit of the jurors directly or indirectly, and the court never even inquired as to why he was the one receiving the report. Why Lieutenant Fanning, of all people, who then reports it to the court officer, who then reports it to the court, who then removes the juror? That's an awfully straight line between Lieutenant Fanning, who has an interest in this case, and the removal of a juror. That's improper, in our view.
In the state of Massachusetts, alternate jurors are selected at the end of trial. The clerk magistrate rotated a box on a spindle and pulled out 2 tiles. He did not show the numbers to the court, but said that they belonged to George and the other juror who had reported the critical juror to the judge.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
It was how Hank Brennan responded to Jackson's allegation of jury tampering that compelled George to speak up. Brennan suggested Reed's claims of extraordinary governmental misconduct were dangerous and reckless. Attorney Brennan implied that the defense was responsible for causing sentiments of distrust in the justice system simply by questioning inconsistencies, inconvenient facts, and missing evidence.
Exactly how it always is in Massachusetts.
At that point, she decided if, as a lawyer, I was too afraid to stand up for what I believed in, who would?